In the last episode, we talked about how being busy is not the same as progress. Today, I'm going to show you where progress actually starts. My name is Faith Oluwadose, and this is Diary of a Young Professional. If you don't design your week is going to get designed by others. And you must know that this is where career get stuck quietly. Of course, nothing is obvious. You're being helpful. You are doing some tasks. You're involved. But you must know that you replace direction with reaction. Gillian said it plainly. Either you run your day or your day runs you. And this is one thing I have realized with professionals. They are yet to maximize the full potential of calendar. We only see it as a planning tool. When I see your calendar, I see a reflection of what's important to you, what you prioritize, what you think matters. When your week is filled up with meetings, messages, quick requests here and there, you must know that something has happened. You are now positioned as support, not as driver. This is what this means. It means that when we're looking for people to promote, when we're looking for people with strategy, when we're looking for people who can make things happen, we are not thinking about you. You're thinking about individuals who make things happen in the organization. And this sits at the place of strategy. The professionals who grow don't wait for space. They create it. They schedule time to think even before the big kickoff. They plan instead of waiting. They plan instead of reacting. They invest time in skills and relationships that actually move the work forward. And you must note that this has nothing to do with seniority. In fact, it has nothing to do with title. It has everything to do with intention, mindset. And this is where leadership actually shows up, not in the title, but in the outcomes. John Maxwell says leadership is about influence. And you must note that influence is when you take responsibility for your own outcomes, not just facts. Most professionals stop at the task level. They just want to finish the work. They want to submit the report. They're not necessarily concerned about the impact of what you're doing or the outcome. But you must note that growth comes when you think one level higher. Here's an example. Submitting the report is a task. Making it useful is an outcome. Helping with better decision making is an impact. And this is how people who want to grow act. They're not just thinking about acts. They're thinking about the impacts of what they've done. They're thinking about the outcomes of their activity. Not just about let it close the task, let it close the book, let it jump on the next thing. No. So how do you implement these things without overcomplicating the week? Start with each week, set three priorities. One, growth priority, something that compounds your value over time. Two, impact priority, the results that exist because you decided to show up. Three, relationship priority. This has to do with alignment, trust, and clarity. Then schedule them first, even before the week. In fact, I recommend Sunday night or early Monday morning before the week gets filled up. And this is because what you don't schedule gets squeezed out. And finally, create time to reflect. Stephen Covey often talked about improving yourself, not just on your own. And that's where reflection comes in. Without reflection, growth becomes accidental. With reflection, growth becomes directional. And you don't need hours to do this. Just 30 minutes a week. Just 30 minutes a week. If you maximize it, you'll have the results you're looking for. So, every week, don't just fill up your calendar, design it with what's important to you, what's priority to your organization, what's priority to your boss. Don't just complete stats, create outcomes. Don't just show direction. Because momentum isn't created by working harder, it's created by working intentionally. So build it, own it, and work it. This is a very young professional going to build career intentionally and not by accident.